When I first started meditating, I was told that Buddhist meditation has two phases: calming the mind and looking deeply. But that leaves out positivity. Positivity needs to be a part of every meditation session. It is built into Buddha's own instructions for meditation. Here are a few of those instructions. Breathing in, I feel joyful. Breathing out, I feel joyful. Breathing in, I feel happy. Breathing out, I feel happy. Breathing in, I make my mind happy. Breathing out, I make my mind happy. In these instructions, joy and happiness are stand-ins for the rest of the positive emotions, which includes compassion, kindness, contentment, gratitude, hope, and pride. The emphasis on positivity is clear, but how do we make the mind more positive? A man who was sexually abused at the age of 12 told me that he had no idea how to make his mind joyful. Another struggled with this instruction for months. He complained that positivity felt unnatural to him. Difficulty with positive emotions is surprisingly common. They don't come easily to everyone. We need to make positive states of mind the focus of guided meditations or discussions until everyone can evoke them easily. For starters, we can suggest that people make a list of them and post it somewhere where they can see it often. One way to feel joyful is to bring to mind an occasion when you spontaneously felt joyful. The memory evokes the feeling, and then you can let go of the memory and stay with the feeling. Positive feelings are like sunshine. They warm up the heart. Bask in their warm glow as you start a meditation period. The Buddhist tradition suggests that as we look on each person, either positive feelings, indifference, or negative feelings spontaneously arise in our heart. It urges us to give these feelings a nudge in the positive direction. For example, you can turn negative feelings into indifference and indifference into positive feelings. But don't stop with people. Extend the scope of this vision to also include each day and each new experience. Look upon each day with hope and gratitude. Buddhist meditation is definitely not neutral. It is weighted toward positivity. And this is one of its strengths. For positivity expands the mind. It expands our vision. Experiments show that when we're in a positive state of mind, we see more in a photograph. We see more in the background. We notice more details. We also see more details, more possibilities in a given situation. Think what this means for leading a creative and fulfilling life. Where a person with a negative outlook sees, say, only 2 possibilities, none of them very exciting, a person with a positive outlook may see 6. Whereas a person with a narrow vision gets stuck in a life situation she may not particularly enjoy. A person with a broader vision can move on. Some people call this luck because they don't understand the mechanism. But the fact is that the good luck fairy smiles on us more often when we are positive in our outlook. And we have a better chance to do justice to our talents. Positivity fuels happiness and gives direction to our life. Without a sense of direction, we may go round and round. We may become calmer. We may become better acquainted with the dinosaurs lurking inside us. But we do not necessarily feel better or happier. For stress management, we not only need a calm mind, but we need a positive mind. Our meditation must not only calm the mind, it must also exalt it. You see, a good part of our stress is of our own making. Our perceptions, how we see and interpret things, are at the source of our stress. Just becoming aware of this is an important step in stress management. Here's a well-known text that's appropriate for stress management, the Serenity Prayer. It goes, "May I have the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference." There you have it. Serenity, courage, and wisdom. If you have all three, you've got it made. But first, let's notice that the prayer does not say, endure what we cannot change. It says, accept it. We endure things stoically, but we accept them serenely. Acceptance is more positive than endurance, and it goes to the heart of Buddhist wisdom. Things are not perfect. There's a certain defectiveness built into everything. In our husbands and wives, in our children, in our governments, in ourselves. It's easy to be a critic because everything is a package. Computer programs, for example, make that very clear. Unless you accept certain conditions, you do not get to click on the little rectangle and download the program. The little rectangle is grayed out. You do not get to enjoy the program. We can turn the Serenity Prayer into a meditation theme by contemplating what and how to accept, and what and how to change. The Dalai Lama calls this kind of meditation analytic meditation. Here is one way to practice with the Serenity Prayer. Make two lists, one entitled Accept, the other entitled Change. Jot down the sources of stress in your life under one or the other of these headings. Then mentally prepare yourself for either accepting or changing each item on the list during a meditation period. Writing the sources of your stress down makes you articulate them. Dealing with them is only possible after that step. The prayer mentions serenity, but the Buddhist virtue of freedom is also necessary for acceptance. Freedom means that we're not prisoners of our expectations and notions about how things should be and how people should behave. Those can get in our way. Change is the other side of the Serenity Prayer. Courage is necessary for change. If you're one of these people who's afraid to speak your mind because it may create conflict, please spend some time exploring nonviolent communication on the web. As Marshall Rosenberg, the creator of nonviolent communication, makes clear, in discussions we can stick to our own feelings and our own needs and avoid diagnosing the other person and blaming the other person. We're entitled to our own feelings and our own needs. No one can blame us for having those. Explaining them openly and clearly and taking responsibility for them can diffuse many a tense situation and make change possible. Beware of seeing acceptance and change only as an either-or kind of proposition. There's always something we can do, always something we can change in every situation. We can always change our own attitude and how we view a situation, for instance. And that often changes the whole dynamic of the situation. Here's an example. One of the assignments I usually give in my stress management class is to pick a person with whom you have stressful relationships and shower that person with appreciation and compliments for a whole week. One participant responded to this assignment by saying, "My mother-in-law is going to be very surprised this week." Another person, who's a teacher, reported that he had tried this with a problem student, and the student's behavior had much improved by the end of the week. Music is another tool for evoking positive moods. Singing is a part of many spiritual traditions. If you have never experienced kirtan singing, for example, try one. In that tradition, the power of music to evoke positive energies is much in evidence. Sometimes people spontaneously get up and start dancing during a kirtan. In Plum Village, Thich Nhat Hanh's retreat center in France, you wake up to singing. Then there is half an hour of singing before the morning talk. There are songs before walking meditations and more songs before the work period. You can make mindfulness songs also part of your day. There are many of them available for free download at mindfulnessmeditationcenter.org. You can access them by clicking on books, as they are part of the practice material for my books. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that the mind is precious. We know that. We don't want to suppress our most precious possession. On the contrary, we want it to bloom. The mind can write poetry like Shakespeare. It can awaken like the Buddha. It can write music like Mozart. At the beginning of a meditation period, we're calming the mind, because a calm mind sees more clearly. Observe your thoughts and give them a nudge toward positivity from time to time. Guide the mind gently toward greener pastures. This is an important part of a meditation period. Thank you for listening to me.